Well, I thought our guys played hard tonight, and very appreciative and thankful to get the win and come out on top after a game like this and a week like this. And Catawba is a good opponent for us. They've been very competitive with us, and what I really liked most about it was our guys came back from our week 2 loss, and we talked a lot about just putting together a full week of preparation and doing it the right way and making sure that it carried over into Saturday, and we did that. And you could really see out there on the field where guys were carrying over from what we did Monday through Friday, and it was really gratifying to just see as a coach, to just see our players really buy into that process of maturity. And I think coaches coached hard this week, and we just had a team that responded this week, and that was just really neat to see, and really just proud of them really for tonight's win.
Your defense really kind of propelled you guys tonight. Talk about that and how key they were.
Yeah. I thought we could have did a little better job there and not giving up that last touchdown, but that's a coach for you. So I did think they played really, really well at times, and I thought we did a good job of stopping the run. I think that quarterback is really athletic and very deceiving, and he's a good player, and so I thought he got away from us a few times, and I thought he did a good job of really creating some things, and we had some fits with him, so it was not easy. But I think the defense did come up, when it mattered. I thought we bent a little, but we did not break entirely, and so I think that's the way that I'd kind of view and describe the way our defense played tonight.
What changed defensively from last week to this week?
Well, we worked a lot on tackling. A week ago, we missed 22 tackles for close to 150 yards after contact, and you can't do that. And we worked a lot on that, and it was just it's practice habits. It's guys buying into doing the right things all the time, and being very, very intentional and focused on details during the week. And guys did that, and our defensive practice was a whole heck of a lot better than it was a week ago. And so I think we bore the fruits here tonight the way we practiced this week.
Last year struggled a lot defensively. This year now 2 out of 3 games. Winston State had some key stops late in the game, and then tonight, good night for the defense. So kind of showing what they can be for this year. So kind of talk about the difference from last year and this year.
Well, every year's a new team. We still have the same philosophy, and we want to see a defense out there that plays hard and fast and together. And I think we've got some younger guys that have worked into some spots here this year, actually. And I think just from a personnel standpoint, things just kind of it changes a little bit, and guys gel in a different way. And I think this year's defense is probably just a little bit more bought in and a little bit more committed and a little bit more on top of just trying to fix some of the things that maybe we struggled with last year. And so I think you're just seeing the attitude of the players shine through as we improve here.
How about the contributions of you mentioned it a little bit, the newer defensive guys, some of them are young guys, and then the transfer like Salser as well. How big have those contributions been for you guys?
Well, very big. And, on the D-line, there's some guys up front that have done a really good job, and yet they're still growing and still learning into, playing some of those positions. David Salzer, you mentioned, has been outstanding for us. And, he's just all over the field, and he's a leader, and he's competitive, and he's passionate about the game of football, and you just love to coach him. And, we've got, a few other guys that are kind of seeing his influence and being able to jump on that also.
Sorry, with 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery, 206 total rushing yards, and 127 passing, it seems like everything was clicking on both sides of the defense. How would you feel like your team's effort as a whole did tonight?
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was a very well-rounded game, and some of those stats you're talking about, we talk about as a team. We got to win the running game on both sides of the ball. We've got to be able to win the turnover battle and be on top in the turnover margin. We've got to be able to do a good job in the red zone right? So we want to come away with touchdowns in the red zone, and we don't want to allow touchdowns in the red zone. And all those things, I think we did, in a much better way, in a more well-rounded way tonight than we have the first 2 weeks. And so it felt a lot more complete tonight, and just very proud of the effort of our players.
With the night being parents coming to see their kids as a whole, do you think that was an extra energy boost for your team out there to have their parents in the stands cheering them on rather than just a regular game?
I think the players' families would have been here regardless, but no, I think it's great though. I think our home crowds in general are just great, and I think we always want to play in front of our fans, and the more people that come and the more families that come from other students, all the better. And so I thought it felt like a great crowd tonight and great atmosphere tonight, and it felt like just a really well-rounded. Result of just kind of, what we did. And so I was really happy about it. Yeah, Josh Sheridan, I thought, kind of had a chip on his shoulder, and he did, because he and I talked about it a couple of days ago, and he was a little banged up a week ago, and even from a coaching standpoint, we kind of maybe didn't see him practicing as much or as hard as what he normally does, and he wanted to try to come back and prove us that he could and could run the ball this week and be as effective as he knows he can. And I thought that was great to see. He responded the way you want a competitor to respond, and I thought he ran like that tonight. He was trying to prove a point, and that's good.
Still early in the season, but
Well, I would say the running game. The first 2 weeks we have not ran the ball effectively on intentional run plays, right? But we were calling run plays tonight and having success. And so I think that is definitely an area that I felt a lot better about tonight. Yeah, so I think just going back, I think the offensive line did a great job. I mean, there were multiple plays that I'm looking out there on the field, and they're driving people down the field, and they're finishing blocks full speed to the whistle, and we talk about that as a team. And it's really fun to be able to see that come together on Saturday. Yeah, obviously from a defensive line standpoint, the more that we can stop the run up front and get pressure on the quarterback and cause disruption, that's going to help us. And we've got guys that are very, very capable up front to do that defensively. And, I think there were definitely some things that we could have done a little better tonight, but it was an active effort out there by those guys. And so they did play hard, and it was good to see the success that we did have with them. Yeah, I thought it was really big. And, we've been talking about keeping a steady morale and kind of an emotional consistency. And what we want to do is just continue to build on the positive things and stay resilient in the negative things and be able to just continue to climb and grow and stay consistent in that. And so it was good to see that we were able to create just more stability right there from a morale standpoint. And, yeah, I thought it was a very key play there for us to be able to attain that. Anything else? Thank you guys, appreciate it.
The O-line did a great job opening the holes for me. They did that all week in practice, so it just felt like how we practice translated to the game. And so we just wanted to impose our will in the run game, and I feel like we did that tonight. Like Coach just said, I had a chip on my shoulder because I didn't contribute like I wanted to So I had to practice hard and just keep it as a reminder that everything I do is watched, and how I practice relates to how I play on Saturday. So I just took it this week of running hard in practice and just taking one play at a time, and it translated to the game tonight. I feel like we're way ahead of where we were last year. Everybody's meshing together. We're having less penalties, less holding, false start, and that's what we were challenged with when we came in from last year. So I feel like we're doing way better than last year. Um, I feel like if we are able to run the ball, then they can stack the box and open up the pass. So it's a win-win situation for us. We got guys that can catch it. We got a quarterback that can throw it. So it's a good feeling knowing that we can do both, which keeps our offense balanced with your defense a lot of trouble. Yes, we watched film a lot, and we seen where we could attack them at, and that was one of the ways we could attack them. So we really focused on that throughout the week. I haven't had a run like that in a minute, so I mean I wasn't tired, so I feel like I'm in better shape than I was last year. Because usually if I run that far, I'd be tired, but it did build my confidence, and it just had me feeling like not really saying I'm unstoppable, but it felt like I could. It just felt great, it felt amazing out there. I haven't felt that way since high school, so it brought back a lot of good memories. Yes, like you said, it built my confidence up, and yeah.
Defense as a whole on throwback. What changed tonight for
Definitely our tackling. We practiced tackling all week. It was really a key point of where we needed to be. Like we needed to improve our tackling, keeping under 5 yards first play, half the distance on the second play. But it was really just a key point for us to make sure we improved our tackling this week. It's been different. I mean, I didn't really expect to come in this quick, but the team they really held me up, kept my head up, made sure like I knew what I was doing. So it was an easy transition really. I feel like it was really just a good team win. Like everybody was tackling, everybody was making plays all over the place. So it wasn't really me who contributed all that much. Like it was really everybody was flying the ball, flying around, making plays. So it was just a good team win. Definitely the speed factor. Everybody came out a little bit faster than I expected. So it was just at first. Well, the second game it was a hard transition just to pick up on that speed on different plays.
personally than this year? Kind of take me through what the night was.
Last week I struggled with a lot of the same concepts that we had this week. Coach really challenged me in practice to really just slow down because I knew what I was doing. But when I start overthinking things, it just leads to mistakes, uncharacteristic mistakes that I usually don't make. So really just slow it down and play my game the best I can. And that'll help the team.
When you guys were last year, you guys what's the change like
Just the morale as a whole. Obviously, of course, we're tired of losing. I mean, 2-8 2 years in a row. That's definitely taking a toll on our mental as a whole, as a team, both offense and defense. But nothing has changed. The philosophy stay the same. Coaches just keep pushing us. If we do what we have to do and focus on what we have to do, the product is going to show on the field on every Saturday. They came in and made a great impact. Like you said, Sean, he came in during the summer. He was here all summer, and we told him, you got a lot of shoes, you got big shoes to fill, with Josh Manley and things like that. And he took on the challenge. I mean, head first, he was in film every day, working to the best of his ability with us all day, all summer. Salva, he's definitely been a huge impact. We watch him every day. He's always wanting to do something better. So those guys are definitely key contributors, and I think they took our defense to another level. Definitely, of course, initially it's frustrating. Um, I mean, we should never give up that many yards in defense, and that's something that we take pride in is stopping the run. So to give up nearly 400 yards on plays that we ran over and over again in practice is just a reflection of how our practice went last week, and it showed on Saturday.